Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, you are rocking with your girl, Miss Lacy, Iconic Chronicles Magazine and OzCat Radio 89.5 FM. And this morning we have the winemaker on the line, Stephanie Trotter. Holla.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
How's it going out there?
It's going really well. We're looking to be picking the grapes for 2014 real soon.
That's awesome. We just had an earthquake recently. Was everything safe and secure on your side?
Yes. The winery is far enough away from the epicenter. We're up in Calistoga.
Awesome. So, let's talk to the people a little bit about the winery and what it is you do.
Well, I started making wine on my own. I only make about 50 cases a year of Cabernet. And I pick a little vineyard in downtown Napa that's all biodynamic and dry farmed. So it's all organic. And I barrel age it almost 2 years. And it's called Trotter 116. And my first vintage was 2011.
Awesome. What inspired you to go in that direction?
Well, I've been working in the industry now for 20 years, and I've been an apprentice winemaker. And, wine's liquid art, and I just wanted to take the paintbrush myself.
Liquid art. What a nice, palatable way to put it.
Yeah, palatable.
And so you've had some training throughout the years. Who are some people who have had a hand in showing you the way of winemaking?
Oh, there's too many to mention. I'm a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks.
I gotcha.
I've taken a couple classes at UC Davis and some at Napa Valley Community College.
That's cool. What are some things that you need to know about the grapes and pressing them and turning them from a grape into wine?
Well, it all starts in the vineyard. You have to pick good grapes. You want to have a vine that's in balance, meaning you don't want to have it too vigorous in vegetative growth or too vigorous in reproductive growth, meaning the grapes. So you need to have a vineyard that's been properly gardened, if I can use that term. And then picking them at the right time. You want to get a balance of sugar and acid. You want flavor to be true to the varietal that you're picking. Mm-hmm. And you want the seeds to be brown when you're picking, so that they're done ripening.
Wow. What are the seasons that this occurs in?
Well, so right now we're in harvest, and once we pick all the grapes, the leaves will change color and fall off, and then they'll go dormant for the winter, and then in the spring, maybe actually February, we'll do a hard prune in the vineyard, meaning that we'll cut them all the way back to the trunk. We'll get rid of all the canes that grew last year, and then we'll have bud break in early March, and the growing season happens again, and then we harvest once a year around this time, September and October. And then the leaves that stay on after harvest are collecting more carbohydrates, so that they can store it away for the winter and have enough energy for bud break next year.
Wow. So with your winery getting it up and going in 2011, what is the direction that you're looking forward to for 2015?
Well, I'm growing a little bit. In 13 and 14, my production's up to 75 cases. But I don't own a brick and mortar building, so I do what's called custom crush. So I pick the grapes from a vineyard that I've purchased the grapes from, and then I make them at another winery, and then I sell the wine online. So my goal is to eventually be able to make a living from it, but I'm certainly not there yet.
Hey, but you are well on your way, and what an endeavor. Just something to get into and follow your dream. Like you said, it's liquid art, and it's going to take a little time to develop, but you're up to 75 cases, and your company is functioning, so that's a plus.
It is. My 2011 has already won 3 medals. I just released it in May.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. You know, being judged by my peers to be quality wine is a real honor.
Right. It's kind of like a karate match, like Grasshopper and Master Miyagi.
Yeah, there's a lot of big guys out there, absolutely. Lots of experience.
With all the competition and different peers, how do you find your niche in the market?
Well, as I said, wine is liquid art, and it's just like that. I mean, all the winemakers that I work with, or that I know, and know that I'm starting my own label, but no two wines are the same. We're all picking from different vineyards, and we're all using different types of barrels to age. And no two wines are the same, and we all seem to have a great deal of respect for each other's work.
That's beautiful.
The winemakers that I know have been really helpful.
That's beautiful. And, it's kind of like a way for their legacy to kind of keep going, too. It may not be, very widely known, but in the center of that, they're woven into your artistry.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's such a cool thing. So, what do you enjoy doing just like in your spare time?
Drinking wine. No, I've got a pretty balanced life. I'm married, so I have a 14-year-old, and I coach soccer. I ride a motorcycle.
What?
I do.
I didn't know that. Now, that's a surprise.
Funny.
That's a
When I turned
surprise.
40, I bought a Harley and a piano.
What?
I know, I'm better on the Harley.
You are full of surprises. So, do you think the winemaking is going to pass on to the kids?
I'm working on it. They say that our strongest memory is through the sense of smell. And so my 14-year-old is not extremely interested in the wine at this point, but I do introduce a lot of aromas to him and try to help them be planted in his memory. Because being able to smell a wine and pull out all those components is really based on your own ability to remember that.
Yeah, it's kind of like music and learning by ear.
You're right.
That's a trip, how those senses are so heavily dependent upon to make such beautiful things in life.
Right. Well, it's skill and intuition. It's a marriage of both.
So people,
you have to have certain pHs and acidity and sugars to make a good wine, but equally responsible is your own palate.
Right. So, humorous question, but serious. How is it that, what's the difference between like a guy in a sale making some Pruno and making some wine that's bottled and sold and distributed?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Okay, in facilities where grown-ups have to have timeout, people make wine in jail. They call it Pruno.
Okay.
And I guess they're getting like fruit peels or leftover fruit and making wine.
Well, wine is just fermented grapes. And it's been being made for 2,000 years. It really is not rocket science. You can ferment any fruit, and the sugars will eventually turn into alcohol.
Really?
With the introduction of yeast. So it'll just go bad if you don't have yeast. But the yeast will eat the sugar and convert it into alcohol. So you can do that with anything.
Wow, because that's always a popular line in like a rap lyric or just known from like, the 80s and 90s. And I know some people in there are quite creative. And when I thought about it, I said, winemaking and barreling. And then those guys are doing it. I guess they're saving their leftover lunch or something, the fruit. And wow, you're right, 2,000 years. It doesn't stop.
No, they just need a little yeast, and that'll make it happen.
So they just like throw a piece of bread in there?
Well, I've never actually made wine in the Hooskow, but I don't know where they're getting their yeast.
Somebody works in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh, gosh. Hey, if people want to get some great wine from Trotter 116th, where can they locate you at and give you a shout?
Well, they just order it online. My website is the best way to go, and
Okay.
that's 116wines.com.
And you got a website up there, and they can just pick and choose. And what are some of your wines that you do, like a Cabernet or Merlot?
That's all I do. I do 50 cases of Cabernet a year. And so the only wine available is my 2011. I've got just 13 cases of it left. And then I'll bottle my 2012 next March and release it next May.
Wow, that's awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're going to want to go online and go ahead and say that address again.
116wines, WINES.com.
And go ahead and get some wine, have a taste. And is there a place there also where they can put a review or, customer testimonial?
No, not on the website, but I am on Facebook.
Okay.
Trotter 116th Wines, and you can certainly communicate with me there.
That's what's up. Hey, thank you for taking the time out to holler at us and get an insight into your world and what it is you do. And also, wine is a really big part of California's economic structure.
It is.
So we are really honored that you are accessible to us, and we get to ask questions about how it goes down and how other people are doing different fermentations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you have a good day, and tell everybody we said hey.
Thanks, hon, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Will do.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.